welcome back to another video. Today is Wednesday and it is Vlogmas day 6. I thought today we would sit down and talk all things Christmas plans. Some of you have already been letting me know what you've been up to in the comments in some of my other Vlogmas videos. Keep sending those my way. I love reading about different traditions that people have and different things that are going on in different communities all around the world. It's been really lovely to hear about those sorts of things. I feel like mine is going to be very sort of homey, not going out too much this Christmas and just making the most of being in a good and positive place and spending time with the people I love. But I thought I'd go through a few Christmas plans that I've got coming up over the next couple of weeks. Now I'm working up until Friday the 22nd of December, which I think is perfectly normal. If you're a typical person working a normal job, you're probably only used to having a few days off around Christmas. Because I've always worked in education and we get 2 weeks off at Christmas, it's usually the case that we end up having a few days before Christmas to get ready and then a few days after Christmas, and there's like kind of like this balance. But this year it's like we're working right up until Friday. It is the weekend, the 23rd and 24th, and then Monday is Christmas Day. And so for me that is like, there is so much to get done. And as well with things like Vlogmas, I would have had a few days where I'm not at work filming the last few vlogs for Vlogmas, but that's really not going to be the case this time. So it's going to be a mad scramble between getting everything ready for Christmas, getting the house ready for Christmas, finishing Christmas shopping, doing Vlogmas, still wanting to get to the gym every night if I can, trying to launch my journal, and then actually being ready to do Christmassy things and go out and make plans and things like that. And there's already things I've started to say no to just because I know I'm not going to have the capacity to do it. I keep thinking like, I've got to get my house not like tidy, because my house is relatively tidy, but I will just go over everything before Christmas, make sure it's all nice and fresh. And I'm just sort of thinking, where am I getting all of this stuff in? So I am at work this week as normal, and there's nothing particular going on there Christmassy. That is just going to be a normal week. I'm going to be trying to go to the gym, filming my Vlogmas stuff. That's this week. But then on Saturday, I have a visitor coming to stay with me, and yes, that is the person I mentioned in my vlog the other day. And so really looking forward to that. That's not actually really a Christmas thing we're doing together. He's up here for an event on the Sunday, so it just worked out that he came to stay with me for the Saturday and then stay on Saturday night and then go to his event on Sunday. So that was just purely incidental. And so he's actually getting the train up, and I've said I'll like drive to meet him about halfway to save sitting on a train for any longer than he has to and to save a bit of money. So we're going to pick a sort of midway point, wherever that may be, have like a morning there, and then we've agreed, because we've both been so super busy, we're going to come back here and Saturday sort of late afternoon, evening, we're just going to get cozy, stay in, put a movie on, have food and just relax, because I think we both really need to. I'll have to edit a video in that time, I'm hoping he doesn't mind, for Vlogmas, but I will film something, probably what we did in the morning that day, and then I will be sorted. So that's this coming weekend. Then I'll have another just normal week at work. Nothing is going on, but in that week I really want to book in, I've not done it yet, but I want to, for me and my mum to go for Christmas dinner somewhere. We kind of made it a tradition by accident. This was back when Debenhams existed, you know, on your high street. We were out in town Christmas shopping one year. I want to say it's about 7 or 8 years ago now. It has been quite a while. And we went to get Christmas dinner there, and we turned up, and you didn't have to book. It was one where you just walked in, and we turned up and it had just gone 12 o'clock and they'd ran out of Christmas food, and they were like, oh no, we're not serving any more Christmas dinners. And we thought that was a bit peculiar, that it was a walk-in only service for, it didn't have to be Christmas dinner, it could be anything, but we decided we wanted a Christmas dinner. So we were turned away from there. So we ended up going to John Lewis and having such an amazing Christmas dinner there, and it was kind of like one of those meant to be situations where we were supposed to be turned away from there to go and have this amazing one there. And then for the next 3 Christmases, well, next 2, 3 including that one, we went back to John Lewis, just the 2 of us, every Christmas, just before Christmas, for a Christmas dinner together. And it was just like our little bit of time together. We went into town, we did a bit of Christmas shopping, and that was that. And then after that, we just sort of didn't make it about Christmas shopping. So whether we were Christmas shopping or whether we just planned for the 2 of us to go out for dinner together, it kind of became just our little tradition, just the 2 of us, that we'd go and we'd have a Christmas dinner together and we'd just enjoy it. We'd have a chat, we'd have a catch up. I say a catch up like my mum literally doesn't live around the corner, but it was just nice to take a breather in the busy time of year and just have that meal together, and it'd just be the 2 of us, because my mum and dad live together, so more often than not, if we go out, it would be the 3 of us or with my sister, and it's nice for it to just be the 2 of us. And then the years to follow, we ended up having Christmas dinner in all sorts of different places, and it's just our little thing. But I need to book that in, but hopefully I will get that in that week, as well as I want to meet up with my best friend. We will do sort of our gift exchange, and we will probably go out for dinner as well. So I'm going to end up having a lot of Christmas dinners. My work's Christmas party would have been that Friday, which I think is something like the 15th, 16th-ish. I can't remember what date the Friday actually is. And I've already said that I can't go to it. I really just don't have the time capacity to go to my work's Christmas party as well. And I don't really socialise with people at work. There is one person at work who I would say I consider to be more of a friend than a colleague. Not so much that we like socialise all the time, but we'll like go out for a drink after work every now and then and that sort of thing. And he did the same job as I do, but in a different subject area. So I talked about my job a couple of days ago when I was getting ready. I'm like a team leader for my subject area. My subject area is maths, by the way. I realised I didn't mention that. And he did the same job, but for English. And in the last few months, he's stepped down from that position. So whilst he's still working there, he's not doing the same job. So we used to share an office, and so we used to be together most of the day, and that's kind of how we became friends. And now that he's not there and he's not in the office anymore, and the person that's taken up his role didn't come to my office, so now I'm just all on my own. He's sort of had to integrate in other areas with the people he's now working with, so now he's also friends with them. And I feel like it's gonna sound really sad, but if I went to my work's Christmas party, he would be the only person I really spent much time talking to, because I'm quite introverted anyway, and I'm perfectly fine sort of in a professional capacity, but outside of that, making small talk, I probably wouldn't be very good at it, but more importantly, I don't think I'd have a very good time, and I don't want to be sort of just like sat by myself. And so I don't think I will particularly enjoy it, and you know, I don't drink, and it will be an opportunity where people will be getting together and getting drunk, and it's probably just not my vibe. So I've decided I'm not going to go to my work Christmas party this year, and I've always been hit and miss with work Christmas parties. Wherever I've worked, sometimes I've gone, sometimes I've not. And when you work in teams as sort of clusters of people, sometimes just your team go out and have Christmas together rather than doing like the whole staff one. And so we've had conversations about that, but no one's sort of taken it upon themselves to start planning it yet. I might go to that one, but it really depends on when I'm given a date and if I feel like I've got time to do it. But I'm definitely not going to the big one. I've kind of ruled that out. So then that takes us on to my final week at work, which ends on the 22nd of December. And that is really when Christmas is going to start. So in between all this time, it's going to be little bits of Christmas shopping, wrapping presents, vlogs, editing, reels for my journal, and that sort of thing. I've got to try and get around the family to start delivering presents because I know I'm going to be busy on the weekend. So again, should I call him my new fella? My new fella, feels weird, is coming up on the Friday night after I finish work, and then we're going to have sort of a mini Christmas together because we're both spending Christmas Day with our respective families. So I'll be with my mum and dad, he'll be with his mum and dad, my sister's coming up to spend Christmas with us as well, and so that's just the dynamic this year. So he's coming up and he's not met a lot of my family yet. He's met my parents, he's met my sister, her fiance, and her daughter, so my niece, and that's it. And loads of my family members, you know, having heard about him, they're really keen to meet him. So Friday night, if one particular auntie and uncle are free, I'm going to see if they want to meet up and meet with him. But honestly, that might be the only thing we have time for, because it's going to be really, really busy. And we want to have like a mini Christmas day together. So I'm thinking that'll be the Saturday, the 23rd. We're going to do all the stuff like Christmas movies, Christmas music, Christmas dinner together. And I'm really excited for us to just be staying in and like cooking Christmas dinner together. I've got a few like little presents, but we are taking a trip together in January, so we kind of said no big presents. So we're gonna have a couple of little things there. I'm thinking like board games and stuff like that, but really, really cozy. Maybe going for a walk, see the Christmas lights and stuff like that. Really like a typical homey Christmas sort of day. And then he's going back home on Christmas Eve, probably like early afternoon, because he will go to church with his parents for Christmas Eve later on that day. So he's got to make sure he's back. And when I say he lives far away from me, he also, where he lives, is far away from his parents. So it's like a triangle. So that's that. So that will be sort of like my mini Christmas with him. I'm so excited for that time. And then Christmas Eve, after he's gone, I will see a lot more of my own family, like grandparents and stuff. Christmas Day, I'll be at my parents' house and I will be there all day. And then I'll be able to take a breath. Because those few days between Christmas and New Year, you know, all the filming stuff will be done, work will be done, Christmas will be done. I think I will just need to take a big, deep breath and just pause for a minute. So I'll have those few days at home, and then for New Year's Eve, I'm going to his parents, and I've met his parents before. They're lovely, they're amazing. And so I'll be driving over there, and then I'll spend New Year's Day with them, and then I'll be going on a little trip with him after that. So it's looking to be quite a busy Christmas, even though I've not got a lot of plans, a lot of social engagement, so to speak, because I've got loads of things I'm working on, whether it's at work or YouTube or side hustles, and then just the general craziness of getting ready for Christmas. But I'm really looking forward to it all. And so that's it. Those are my plans. Please let me know what you yourself are getting up to over the festive period. As I said, I love to hear about other people's traditions, because there's probably things that I would enjoy doing as well and haven't even crossed my mind, because it's just not anything I've ever sort of experienced or been brought up with. So do let me know. I'm going to wrap this one up. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you again for another video tomorrow. Until then, take care. Bye.